Hello everyone, and today I'd like to talk about pet adoption. We've all seen efforts to help reduce the pet population in shelters and to encourage people to adopt when they're looking for their next pet. Are these efforts paying off? We're going to try to answer this question by exploring a data set called Austin Animal Center Outcomes that comes from the largest no-kill shelter in Austin, Texas. I have already cleansed this data set of bad records and excluded any pets that are still in the shelter. The time frame of data that has been selected starts from January 2014 until the end of June 2017. First, we want to take a look at just pets that have been adopted over these past 16 quarters. We can see that there are strong seasonal trends for pet adoption. The high season is the spring and the fall and the winter, while the low season is summer and the end of winter. I added a linear trend line to this data so that we can see overall pet adoption is on the rise, and each year is trending upward. However, the confidence bands are very wide due to these seasonal fluctuations. And with this data, we can make an initial prediction that pet adoption will continue to increase. I took the previous graph and used Tableau's default prediction parameters to create a forecast for pet adoption. Here we can see that Tableau predicts pet adoption to follow the same seasonal trends this year and next, and that 2018 should see another overall increase in pet adoption. I believe this forecast is accurate based on the previous years, and it also has narrow prediction intervals. I also added a breakdown by pet type: dog, cat, and other animals. Dog adoption we see is relatively consistent, but cat adoption has much more seasonal trends. Tableau's prediction for cat adoption has a wider confidence interval than dog adoption as a result. Since we've only looked at adoption numbers, is pet adoption only increasing because there are more pets in the system? We need to examine the other outcomes to see if they're holding steady or decreasing as pet adoption increases. Here's a breakdown of all different outcomes, grouped together into 4 categories: adoption, loss, relocation, and return to owner. I added a linear trend line and a forecast to each of these outcomes. The actual data shows that adoptions are increasing while the loss category is decreasing. Relocation and return are both holding steady or decreasing slightly. The predictions show that these trends will continue. Adoption will increase as the other categories decrease or stay about the same. While adoption increasing is good news, there might be still some types of pets that are at risk. Here are the demographics of all pets and their outcomes. We can take a look at a specific type of animal, such as cats or dogs. We can look at male or female. And we can also look at it by age. I grouped all the pets that are a year or younger into the young category, all pets that are 10 or older into the senior category, and every other pet into adult. We can use this to notice some trends. For example, fixed cats are adopted at about the similar numbers, regardless of gender. However, when it comes to adopting dogs, males are slightly more popular. We also see that young dogs aren't adopted as often as older dogs, but the reverse is true for cats, while most cats are adopted young. We also notice that seniors are very rarely adopted. To put these numbers in perspective, here's a bubble visualization of all the outcomes. We notice some things such as most pets in the loss category are birds or other types of animals. We also have an outcome subtype that we can filter by. For example, let's take a look at reasons why cats or dogs may have to be put down. Here we can see that aggressiveness, it's much more common for dogs than for cats. Rabies risk is slightly higher for dogs than for cats. Well, the reverse is true for suffering, in that more cats are put down than dogs. These are just a few ways that we can find the reasons that pets may not be adopted and identify risk factors based on the animal type. If you'd like to learn more about this data set or explore it for yourself, you can download it from the Austin Animal Center website listed here. Thank you very much for watching.